Hi, I'm Adam Sussman, Director of Research at TABB Group. I'm here with Analyst Matt Simon, and today we're going to talk about hedge fund registration. Recently, the House Financial Services Committee passed a bill requiring hedge funds to register. As you might remember, the SEC attempted to do this a few years back and was overruled by the Supreme Court. But it looks like the government is saying you can run, but you can't hide. Now, in the bill, it basically says that hedge funds are going to have to disclose 5 things: assets under management, trading practices, trading positions, leverage, and credit counterparty exposure. Matt, how much of a game changer do you think this is to the hedge fund community if it's passed in its current bill?
I don't really think it's going to make much of a difference. What we saw in 2006 when this first went through was that the threshold was a lot lower. It was $25 million in assets under management. Now it's actually has passed $150 million. So the smaller firms might be a little bit more impacted, but many of the larger funds we've already have seen register. And back in 2006, when we asked them what the impact of registration was, 1/3 really didn't have much concerns over it, and most of them said that it was more of a hassle, and it just increased the cost of the burden of responsibility. And so going forward, even though it may increase the ability for new funds to want to not get over that $150 million threshold, I don't think we're going to see a big change in terms of them not wanting to disclose this information or having that information be kept under guard. And
what's your opinion on how this might protect new hedge fund investors? Because if you're let's say a wealthy client, right, but you don't have enough assets to necessarily make an investment with some of the bigger hedge funds, now you're basically forced to invest with a smaller hedge fund. Hedge funds that may not have crossed that 150 million mark, and thus it seems like this is actually disadvantaging some smaller hedge fund investors because they wouldn't have the same protection as someone that was invested in a fund of over $150 million. So, you agree with that, or?
I think one of the things that they're doing, they're trying to make a you can't run, but you can hide a little bit mentality in terms of some of the exemptions that they had in the past. It's gonna oversee any private pool. So venture capitalist firms and small hedge funds are probably still going to have to retain a lot of the same documentation that they would have even if this registration process wasn't in place. We have to remember that the SEC guidelines for anti-fraud and bad policies in trading and fiduciary responsibility is still going to uphold. And so actually having illegal activity and doing things shouldn't really make a difference with these registration requirements. This is more of the government responding to the Madoff and the insider trading and trying to pass some type of bill that they think will look good in the public eye.
Got it. Well, Matt, thank you for joining me today. Adam Sussman, Director of Research at TABB Group, and this has been a TABB video. Thank you.